Next thing you want to do is you want to date each entry. Again, this is a legal document, and I should be able to know when you came up with this idea. Any inserted items are permanently attached. No loose leaf things. Okay, I showed you in this example here. Where's my spooky shadow one? There it is. My spooky shadow one. Okay, they're taped inside. Okay, you should sign your name so that it extends across both the notebook and the page and the inserted document. That way it's attached and you can see that they're supposed to be together and no one can just come in and rip it out or put a new one in. It's going to show up and you can't tell the difference. Okay, sign and date each page before the next page is started, so it's at the bottom of the page. Now, in professional engineering notebooks, or if you buy one that's specific to engineering notebook, there is a very specific space for this, but you can just do it on the bottom of these notebooks and it's fine. A colleague or mentor should collaborate the events and facts on each page and sign as witness, and then you store it somewhere safe. Label all the parts of your sketch. Describe each sketch. Pretty self-explanatory. We talked about this before. Calculations and figures are clearly labeled. Okay, so you have this figure. It's of a wheel and axle subsystem, and they label it as such, so you know exactly what it is. You have your calculations on the bottom. You show what each variable is, write it out, and you just, hey, this is the equation. These are the numbers plugged in. This is your final answer. So you're not doing every little step, but you're showing how you got there. So do that, and that should be something you do in class regardless, no matter what we do in class. So even if it's classwork or homework, show your calculations. So progress entries. So you're going to reflect on what you have accomplished, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and what needs to be done. This is pretty straightforward. Level 1, you're going to do this whenever you do a project. Level 2 and 3, you're going to be doing this daily. You have a monthly project, and because you have a monthly project, you have something to do all the time. So when you get done with your classwork, you work on your monthly project. I repeat, level 2 and 3, you must do this daily. Do you understand? A couple of things that you should always be. First off, you should be neat. There should be a logic flow to the page. You should be able to follow what's going on easily. It must be accurate. Okay? The test results, what you get, should be what you write. Your ideas should be what you actually think. It should be legible. It should not be able to be read not only by you, but by anybody else in the world. And it should be thorough. Describe it. Be specific. Okay? Again, anyone should be able to pick this up, look at it, and follow your thoughts and go and build from there. So here are a couple of historical examples. This is from Tupperware. And as you can see, he has the image, is clearly labeled. He's got his signature and the date on it. Okay. Here's another one. This is from the inventor of the electrical mechanical flying catcher. Okay, again, you have the signature, you have the date. Now, these are on the top versus the bottom. This practice has evolved over time. But again, everything's thorough. It's explaining the operations and you see in the drawings. And notice that it's not perfect, right? Some of you guys draw just as well as he does. Okay, here's one for a tennis racket. Again, signed and dated. Everything's labeled. He has the little numbers in there so you can tell what's what. Here's an example of a table of contents, right? You have the date on the left-hand side. You have the title of whatever's going on in the middle, and then you have the page number. So if we look at it, core training day 1, page 1. Design process 2, page 2. Sketches, page 2. So you can have multiple things on the same page, so don't stress that. Okay? And it can jump. So, for example, you see here, puzzle cube design challenge starts on 17, but the next thing does not go on. The inventor day 3 isn't until page 20. So sometimes you'll have multiple things point to the same page. Sometimes there'll be skips. Just keep the table of contents. Again, it's to help you find everything quickly. Okay, here's some more examples. You can see the sketches on the bottom, clearly labeled. It's signed. You have the witness on the middle. You have the signature of the person on the left, and you have the date. You have the title on the top, and you have the page number. Decoration. Okay. And these are where all these notes come from.